Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Mr. Abdul Hamid, for the introduction. Uh, I extend a very warm welcome to all the distinguished panelists as well as other participants who are watching these proceedings. The objective of today's discussion is to highlight the tourism opportunities in Pakistan. Now, I have always believed, uh, I'm sure like all of you, that Pakistan is one of the best kept secrets in regard to tourism. Pakistan, as the Consul General indicated, has been receiving some bad press for political and other reasons. And despite all that, the government is pressing ahead, with developing a new narrative and basically leveraging the soft power of Pakistan. In fact, soft power of Islam as well, because the history of the spread of Islam in the subcontinent testifies to the fact that it was a process informed by a love for humanity rather than bloodletting, as some historians would have us believe. Pakistan is an ancient land, cradle of civilizations and religions. Buddhism, Sikhism stand out in this regard, and at the same time, Pakistan also has a lot of shrines and seminaries dedicated to Islamic mysticism or Sufism. Pakistan, ladies and gentlemen, is truly unique in the sense that it has one of the most diverse topography and geography in the world. It is a country in which you find the highest mountains, deserts, plains, as well as rivers associated with certain legends. In 2020, the World Travel and Tourism Council reported that the travel and tourism industry in 2019 continued to maintain a growth of 3.5%, surpassing the growth of the global economy for 9 consecutive years. Over the past 5 years, the tourism sector has generated roughly $8.9 trillion. And of course, we are not, going into the data of 2020 due to the, pandemic situation. But inshallah, that will pass. And now, the government obviously is walking the talk, as they say. We are not restricting ourselves to just singing the praises of the tourism opportunities in Pakistan. We want to do something very concrete in this regard. The Prime Minister is very determined. Our very dynamic Foreign Minister is, frequently, continually exhorting and impressing upon our missions abroad to do their part in the promotion of tourism. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it's the private sector that has to be the real engine of growth in this regard. And we look upon, the extremely enterprising tourism operators and, companies to basically help us, unlock the true potential, the tourism potential of the country. Now, I can, of course, go into the history of places like Mohenjo-daro and Harappa and Taxila, obviously the ancient centers and all that. But then all of that is well known. It's just a click away on Google. I want to share some practical observation with you based on my experience in Japan and subsequently in Kenya. I remember attending, there was this seminar, or in fact, it was a working luncheon in Kenya, and there were like people, complaining about the decline in tourism revenue. And one of the observations that I had was that value for money is very important. We live in a globalized world. People like to travel, but people also do not like to pay an arm and a leg for the tourism opportunities. And in this regard, ladies and gentlemen, Pakistan, you would notice, truly stands out. And so another thing that I noticed when I was in Japan was that the tourists over there, they like to have clear packages with no hidden surprises or no unexpected charges. So basically, you tell a tourist that okay, this will be your itinerary, and you will basically pay us this much, just a flat rate, and that's it. And then you take care of everything. Then you don't give them these surprises like, oh, now you have to pay for this boat ride and stuff like that to get you to places. So at the end of the day, it adds up. I mean, the idea is not to treat the tourist like a shawarma that you just have to cut meat off, and so to basically establish the credentials of the place. That's important. And so in this regard, we can work on bringing this element of predictability, complete information, allaying the concerns that people may have. Sometimes people have security concerns, and we are there to educate them. All over the world, the security perception about Pakistan has improved tremendously. I can vouch for it from my experience in New York, where Abdul Hamid and I used to, try to match our humble wits with, global heavyweights. That the United Nations is extremely touchy about security, and they just don't take any chances. I've seen, Security Council missions being called off because of security advisories. So United Nations no longer treats Islamabad as a non-family station. So it's a huge leap. Then the UK, the US, Canada, they've all positively revised their advisories. That doesn't mean that they are saying that everyone should go and start a celebration somewhere in Pakistan, but things have tremendously improved. And then we see vlogs, video testimonials, people who have even gone there on their own. And I am sure our Sikh brothers who are here will also vouch for the fact, the pleasant experiences that people from their community. I say their community, as a reference. We consider them our own community as well. They are our own brothers and sisters, and they have all had extremely positive experiences, while visiting the Kartarpur. Kartarpur Gurdwara, for example, and this in itself is something. When I was in Kenya, I ran into a Sikh gentleman at a reception, and when he when he found out that I was Pakistan's High Commissioner, he really hugged me, and he said, we are so full of love and admiration for Imran Khan for doing something that was so obvious, which should have been done, so long ago. And even despite, some glitches here and there, because of the bilateral situation, the Indian government has also, risen to the occasion. And we hope to, to continue that. And essentially in the spirit of brotherhood. Assisting Sikhs is not a commercial venture for us. Let me, underline that. If it generates revenue, it's an incidental thing, but that is not the objective. The objective is to, to show our Sikhs brothers and sisters in particular, and the Indian people in general, that Pakistan stands for peace. We want to, bring about a positive, change in atmospherics in the subcontinent, because that will, be like a harbinger of true world peace and stability. So, once again, I thank you all very much, and we look forward to a very productive discussion, which hopefully will yield some, positive recommendations and an outcome. Thank you very much.